guys, Shane here with One Shift at a Time. How you doing? It is episode 17 of the NHL Power Rankings, and the Flames game and the Kraken game just finished here, so we're going to do it right away before I gotta go to bed, get up for work tomorrow morning. So, number 10, back in after 3 weeks out, and they have won 3 of their last 4. It is the Washington Capitals. Ovechkin seems to be back from COVID with some fire in his belly as he got 2 goals against the Predators, and they're coming up. They're going to take on the New York Rangers on Tuesday. Then they have the Philadelphia Flyers on Saturday. So a bit of a light schedule this week for them. So no excuses. They should win those games. Number 9. And that is going to be your Minnesota Wild. They are unfortunately going to drop 4 stops. Their hot streak did come to an end. Now they've lost 2 in a row, which is why they dropped. Unfortunately, a lot of teams playing some really good hockey and did pass them. They did lose to Winnipeg and Florida, so I mean they were good teams, especially Florida. Winnipeg seems to be on and off. I don't really know what to make of Winnipeg, especially after tonight's game. We'll see how they go against the Flames coming up, but Kirill Kaprizov there, he is still on fire, hands down, man. He and the Minnesota Wild, they're going to head north for a Canadian road trip. They're going to hit Edmonton, then Ottawa, Toronto, and ended up in Calgary, so we'll see if they can bounce back. Number 8 is the New York Rangers. They're down 2 spots. They went 1-1 this week. Both of them going into overtime though, so they were able to, get 3 or 4 points. That is darn good. They started out with a win against Boston and then a loss against Detroit, which Detroit's another team I don't really know what to make of right now. Artemi Panarin is having a season that we all knew he was capable. It's finally nice to see him have a really good season, and a lot of players, Shesterkin, a lot of players in New York are having career years, and that is awesome. They are going to take on the Senators, then the Capitals, so they're going to take on both of our nation's capitals in the coming week. Number 7, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they're in the same spot as last week. They went 2 wins and 1 loss this week. They did beat the Devils and the Flyers before losing to the Leafs, which stopped them moving up too many spots. Of course, the Leafs are a very good team, so I'm not going to punish them really for that loss, but it will keep them at the same spot. They're in tough tomorrow as they take on the Carolina Hurricanes, and that is one of the best teams in the league for sure. Number 6, and they're winners of 9 in a row, and they move up 4 spots. It is your Calgary Flames, and they're definitely the hottest team in hockey right now. They're scoring 6 goals most nights, almost every night. Not tonight, they only got 2, but man, they missed a lot of open nets. The chances were there, and Grubauer had a great night. They have also, not only are they scoring almost 6 goals every night, they are allowing the lowest goals per game allowed in the league, with only 2.2 goals allowed. Johnny Gaudreau, he's on fire. He's got 63 points, 4th in the league, and they're going to host the Jets on Monday before they head to Vancouver to take on the Canucks on Thursday. And number 5, it is your Toronto Maple Leafs. They could have moved up maybe a little bit more, but tonight's loss definitely hurt. A 6-3 loss to the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues had more of a bump from this win than the Leafs took a loss because of it. St. Louis is knocking on the door. I think they're in 12th right now, so they'll probably be back in this list if they can continue to win. As for Toronto, they did have big wins over Pittsburgh and Seattle and earlier before that loss, so they are rocking a league best 31.8% power play and a 6th penalty kill at 84.4. So those special teams are just rolling, and when your special teams are doing that well, you're going to do well as a team. They look to bounce back as they do head to Montreal to take on the Montreal Canadiens on Monday, and then they'll take on the Blue Jackets on Tuesday. So we'll see how the Canadiens' new coach can fare against an old rival in the Maple Leafs. Number 4, we got the Carolina Hurricanes. They're down 2 spots because they lost. It's not as concerning as they did go 1-1 this week. So they got 1 win, 1 loss, and their 1 loss was to the Panthers. So it's just this top 4 is so tight, and it is all the same team. So when you lose to a team that was below you, obviously that team is going to pass you in the power rankings. Sebastian Aho, man, he's already hit 51 points. He's on pace for a career best. They're going to head to Pennsylvania as they take on both of the teams there, the Pens and then the Flyers. So number 3, Tampa Bay. They only played 1 game and they won it, so they moved them up a spot when Carolina lost the one. So they have a light schedule. They've only played twice in 2 weeks, so really they're just sitting here because they are so well earlier in the season and nobody's done enough to take them out. So they're finally going to get back into action when they take on the Oilers on Wednesday. It should be a good one and a good test for the new Oilers coach. Again, I thought maybe tonight would have been a good test, but again, Winnipeg, I just don't know what to make of them. They didn't seem to bring it tonight, that's for sure. Number 2, Florida Panthers. They're up a spot because they won both their games this week, and they were over 2 really strong opponents. They beat Carolina and Minnesota, so both top 10 teams, and they play. The Panthers have only played 3 games in February as well, so another team that's had an extremely light schedule so far. Jonathan Huberdeau is just a great surprise, I think. He's got 51 points, or assists, 68 points. He's tied for the league lead in points, so I think that's pretty amazing. They play the Blackhawks tomorrow, so another winnable game, I think. Number 1, 5th week in a row. When they're playing as good as they are, the Colorado Avalanche are. They're making a bit of a home here in this number 1 spot. It is, yes, the 5th week in a row. Is anyone surprised? I don't think so. I mean, they did lose to the Arizona last week. So last week they took a loss. I didn't move them from first. This week they took a loss to Dallas, but then they also spanked Dallas, and then they shut out the Golden Knights. So I think they've only had 2 losses in the last 20 games. So you're going to be number 1 team in the power rankings when you're putting out numbers like that. They're actually going to have to lose a couple in a row probably to bump them out of this top spot, or at least lose to one of the teams that are near the top that might have a chance to pass them. So let me know, as always, in the comments below what you think. What are your top 10, top 4, top 3, whatever you want to do. And if you like the video, share it around, like it, subscribe, and of course, we'll see you guys in the next episode.